Hello, friends, and welcome to Sleep Tight Stories. Each week, we share a few shoutouts and birthday wishes for listeners who help support the show. It's a small way we say thank you, and it always makes us smile. Happy belated birthday to Emerson from New Jersey, who turned 9 on July 24th. Watching you grow is the joy of our lives, and we love seeing how kind, adventurous, and brave you are. Lots of love always, Mommy and Mama. Happy belated 6th birthday to Reese in Burleson, Texas. We love you more than you love listening to Bernice stories. Love Mom, Dad, Landry, and your best buddy, Wit, the dog. Happy birthday, Ivy Joe. You make the world brighter. Lots of love from Dad, Mom, and Elle. Happy 10th birthday to Charlotte Campoverde from Bayshore, New York. Mommy, Daddy, Abby, and Petito Juan love you very much. Happy 10th birthday to Phoebe from Laleham in Surrey, UK. Mommy, Daddy, and Hattie love you so much. Happy 6th birthday to Eleanor in Madison, Alabama, from Mom, Dad, Daniel, and Sophie. We love you so, so, so much, even more than you love stories about Bernice. Happy 8th birthday to Ivy in Chicago on August 4th. Your mom is so proud of your kind heart and creativity. Happy 6th birthday to our hilarious, compassionate, and loving River. Your big heart has already helped save so many animals. Love from Hero, Surrey, Alfie, Rowan, Mama, and Dad. Happy birthday to Anderson and Arlo from Edmonton, Alberta. Mom and Dad love you both. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Happy 7th birthday, Juniper. We are so proud of the amazing human you are. Keep spreading joy. Love Ema, Huma, and Avery. Happy 9th birthday, Sabine. Your mom, dad, and cat, Boudica, love you so much. We're very proud of the wonderful young lady you're growing into. Can't wait to see what adventures the year brings. Happiest 4th birthday to August from Pennsylvania. The ultimate golden birthday on August 4th. We're so proud of you and love you with all our hearts. Wishing you everything you dream of today and always. Love Mommy, Daddy, Georgia, and Ramsey. And happy birthday to Mary Lou, who is turning 9 on August 3rd. Hope you have a wonderful Camp Honey Creek birthday party from your mom, dad, and brothers. Happy birthday to you all, and thank you for supporting the show. If you'd like to support our podcast and enjoy ad-free episodes, unlock bonus stories, and so much more, you can join Sleep Tight Premium. Subscribe in just 2 taps via the link in the show notes. Now, on to our story. It is summer, and Bernice is camping with Mama and Papa. After a long drive to get to the campground, Bernice can't wait to get started. Bernice goes camping. It was late afternoon, and Bernice and Mama Bear were walking back from the beach to their campsite. It was a beautiful sunny day, and after a super long drive, Bernice had been ready to play in the water and sand. "Mama, that sound you hear is not thunder," Bernice said, holding her stomach dramatically as she and Mama Bear walked back through the woods from the beach to their campsite. "That's my tummy letting the world know that I'm super starving. If I don't eat soon, I might not be able to take another step." Mama Bear laughed. "I'm glad to hear it wasn't thunder, Bernice. I'd hate for a surprise storm to ruin whatever Papa Bear's thinking of for dinner." Do you think I could have a snack while we wait for what I think will be a huge campfire meal? You know, the kind of meal you have when you have to cook outside? At least, that's what Bobby says his family does. I don't think they eat outside much, but still. Maybe Papa built an oven and is making pizza. Bobby tried to build a pizza oven once, but got in trouble or something. I think it takes skill to make it safe, and Bobby doesn't have that skill yet. Mama Bear chuckled as they followed the path through the trees toward their cozy campsite. Well, I think Papa's keeping it simple tonight. No pizza this trip. We brought lots of food, and I'm sure it'll be tasty. I brought some salad to go with dinner. Oh, Mama, you are always thinking about vegetables, Bernice sighed. I love vegetables and all that healthy stuff, but without pizza and cookies and ice cream and, well, you know. I do know. I love those foods too, especially ice cream in summer. Yeah, ice cream is super yummy delicious in summer. And fall and winter, Bernice added with a grin. As they rounded the bend in the path, campfire smoke drifted up through the trees. Look, there's Papa Bear getting the campfire ready. He already has the food out. You might not need a snack after all. Yay, Bernice shouted, rushing to her camping chair. But I think I might still need a snack anyway. How was your swim, little bear? Was the water warm or cold? Papa Bear asked as he took out some food from the cooler to cook on the crackling campfire. It was cold at first, Papa, but I got used to it because I'm strong that way. Mama and I first raced in the water a little, and I let her win. Then I met a new friend named Victoria. She's visiting from somewhere. I forget where. We played frisbee in the water for a while. She was nice and stuff. After that, we built a big sandcastle together. It was going great until her little brother ran right through it. But guess what, Papa? She didn't even get upset. She just sighed and apologized to me, though I think she gave him a bit of a face. You know that face. I guess he's still young and hasn't learned the "don't destroy sandcastles" rule yet, Bernice said, as she grabbed a few crackers from the snack bag. Papa Bear smiled. Yes, the "don't destroy sandcastle" rule is a very important rule. Bernice reached into the snack bag and grabbed a few more crackers. So, Papa, what special campfire food are we having? Did I tell you what Bobby said they once had? I guess we can't cook spaghetti over the fire or anything. I think Papa has something even simpler than that in mind, Mama Bear said as she pulled out the salad container. I thought we'd have a break from all the cooking, said Papa Bear. Tonight, we're making hot dogs over the fire. You can add whatever toppings you like after they're cooked. Whoa, we never have hot dogs. Ethan told me hot dogs are his favorite food. Or maybe second favorite after pizza. Or maybe after whatever his grandma makes. He says his grandma's food is the best. Is it true, Papa? Are all grandparents the best cooks? Even better than you and Mama too? Papa Bear laughed as he handed Bernice a roasting stick with a hot dog on the end. Well, your grandmother is a very good cook. Thanks, Papa. One super yummy roasted hot dog coming up, Bernice said as she carefully held her hot dog over the campfire. Be careful not to let it burn, Mama Bear reminded her. I'm an expert hot dog cooker, Bernice declared proudly. She roasted one, then another, and then another. You're hungry tonight, little bear, Papa Bear chuckled. That's your 4th hot dog. And you had some of Mama's delicious salad, too. I don't know. Maybe you're too full for dessert. I guess I shouldn't even get it ready." "I was super hungry," Bernice said with a grin, "but I always have room for dessert. Swimming makes me super duper hungry. Is it a special dessert we make over the campfire?" "It sure is," Papa Bear said, smiling. "And the best part? You get to help make it." Papa Bear reached into the cooler and pulled out a small tin wrapped in a red checkered cloth. "Now," he said, "these aren't just any cookies. I baked them yesterday just for this trip. They're cinnamon maple graham cookies, perfect for s'mores." Bernice's eyes lit up. "You made s'more cookies? That's like camping tradition." Mama Bear laughed as she passed Bernice a marshmallow and a long roasting stick. "Your papa's been excited about this all week. He even did a practice batch. You should have seen the mess in the kitchen." Papa Bear grinned. Totally worth it. Bernice carefully slid a marshmallow onto her stick and held it over the glowing fire. "What's the rule again? Turn it slow so it doesn't catch on fire?" "That's right, expert hot dog cooker turned marshmallow master," Mama Bear said. "Slow and steady makes it golden brown and melty." After a few moments of roasting, Bernice proudly held up a perfectly toasted marshmallow. "This one's ready." Papa Bear placed one of his special cookies on a napkin, set a square of chocolate on top, then added the marshmallow. He finished it with a second cookie and gently pressed it all together. Bernice took a bite and let out a happy, sticky sigh. Papa, this is the best s'more ever. The cookie is soft and crunchy, and the chocolate is all goopy, and the marshmallow tastes yummy delicious." "I'm glad you like it, little bear," Papa Bear said, settling into his chair. "Very yummy," Mama Bear agreed. After their bellies were full of gooey s'mores, Mama and Papa Bear and Bernice sat around the campfire a little longer, listening to the soft crackle of the flames and the faraway sounds of the waves hitting the sand on the beach. Bernice leaned back in her chair, sticky fingers clasped behind her head. "This might be the best dinner ever. Do we have to go to sleep soon, or can we just stay up all night and stare at the stars?" Mama Bear smiled as she handed Bernice a damp cloth. "We can do both. A little stargazing, and then cozy up in the tent. Tomorrow's another big day." "Can we take a little walk first?" Bernice asked. To help my cookies settle." So they wandered down a short trail, past tall pines and cawing crows, the sky above them turning a deeper shade of blue. By the time they returned, the air had turned cool. They brushed their teeth by flashlight, changed into cozy pajamas, and Bernice crawled into her sleeping bag. Mama and Papa Bear were going to stay up just a little bit longer. As Bernice snuggled up with her bedtime friends, Twigga, Wolfie, and Madeline, she called out, "It's that time, Papa." "And what time is that, little bear?" Papa Bear asked as he peeked into the tent. "I think it's time for a campfire story. Or, since I'm in bed, maybe a tent story while I look up at the stars. But not a scary one, okay? Bobby says that when he goes camping, someone always tells super spooky stories, and he doesn't always like that. Even though sometimes he's the one telling them. Like the one about a T-Rex visiting your tent at night? I think that would be cool because then you could see in real life all the stuff we've learned about them." Papa Bear chuckled. Don't worry, no spooky stories tonight. Have you had fun camping so far? Yeah, Papa, I like being outside. I miss Cookie, though. I hope she isn't too lonely. That would make me sad. Bernice shifted under her blanket. And also, can we buy a helicopter or something? The drive here was so long. If I didn't have my books to read, I would have been super bored. She yawned. Even though this is only our first day, it's already super fun. I think we should go on a long camping trip next time, like really long, like sleep in the mountains with wild animals long. Papa Bear smiled. I'm glad you're having fun, and the drive wasn't so bad. When you weren't reading, we told stories, looked at the scenery. Your mama even tried to sing songs. Mama loves singing, Bernice mumbled sleepily. Do you think you can tell me a short story, Papa? Good idea, little bear, Papa Bear said as he settled in beside her. I know just the one for summer camping, and I think you know who the character might be. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Bobby, Papa Bear began. Bernice giggled and snorted. I know that character, Papa. He's one of my bestest friends. Bobby had fallen asleep in his tent with a flashlight still on and a stack of science books piled beside him. Books about black holes, magnetism, and the strange properties of moonlight. He had insisted on bringing them camping, even though his father said they were a bit heavy for a weekend trip. The tent was quiet now, except for the soft sounds of crickets and the distant whoosh of wind through the pine trees. A sliver of moonlight shone through the mesh window, casting soft shadows on the tent walls. Suddenly, Bobby's eyes blinked open. He wasn't sure why he'd woken up. Maybe it was the moonlight. Maybe a sound? But something felt different. As he sat up, rubbing his eyes, a flicker of movement caught his attention. A strange light was darting across the treetops just beyond the tent. It zipped left, then right, then paused, hovering, as if it had noticed him too. Before he could say a word, the light floated straight through the tent zipper, without unzipping it, and gently settled on the floor beside his sleeping bag. It pulsed softly like a heartbeat. Then it opened, just like a blooming flower, and out stepped a tiny creature no bigger than a marshmallow roasting stick. Hello, Bobby, the creature said, its voice like wind chimes on a breezy night. I'm Z from a planet far, far away. I need a clever Earth explorer to help me find something rare and magical. Would you like to come? Bobby stared wide-eyed. Yes, he whispered, without even thinking. He glanced at his books, then back at Z. I mean, yes, I love discovery. The orb grew large enough to carry them both and lifted into the air with a quiet whoosh. Up and over the trees they flew, the campground shrinking beneath them like a dot on a map. We're looking for something very special, Z explained as they descended toward a glowing forest. It's called the Moonflower. It only blooms in moonlight and only appears to those who are ready to see it. They drifted down near a river where the water whispered a riddle. I am light as a feather, yet no one can hold me for long. What am I? Bobby tapped his chin. That's easy, he said with a grin. Breath. The river giggled and sparkled, and a hidden path opened through the trees. The deeper they traveled, the more the forest shimmered with starlight. Bobby, who usually liked facts and figures, felt something different inside of him. Curiosity without answers. And it didn't feel scary. It felt exciting. Finally, they arrived at a small clearing bathed in silver light. There, nestled between two mossy stones, was the Moonflower, glowing gently, its petals curling and uncurling like a living dream. Bobby knelt beside it. "Wow," he whispered, "it's beautiful." "You found it," Z said, "and you respected the journey to get here." Bobby gently touched one of the petals, careful not to disturb the plant. "This is better than my science books," he said, smiling. As they soared back toward the tent, Bobby held a single petal in his palm. It shimmered in the moonlight, and for a moment, everything glowed, from his sleeping bag to the pages of his open book. When Bobby woke up the next morning, he wasn't sure if it had all been a dream. But as he reached for his flashlight, he noticed something new resting on top of his books. A single, silvery petal. And Bobby, being Bobby, grinned and said, "I knew it." And with the sounds of Bernice's heavy breathing, Papa Bear gave Bernice a kiss on her head, adjusted her sleeping bag, making sure that her friends were comfy too, turned off his flashlight, and quietly whispered, "I love you, little bear." And that is the end of our story. Good night. Sleep tight.